Good morning, Brian with MacQueen. We are here at the Demers booth at FDIC. We're here with the new MXP170 delivering for Homer Township. A little bit about this unit. It's on an F550 chassis for a Ford. It is 4x4 and gasoline as well. A couple of the options we put on is the Whalen 100 series lights. We do have an FRC light bar that they've requested, and we also have the Opticom built in as well. Pardon me. Standard 170-inch module. A couple things that we did a little different on this one for them. As you can see, we put a divider in this cabinet up here in the front on the S1. They have elected to move their backboards in this area as they have a three-man jump company, and we'll get to that in a second. All doors on the MXP models are hurricane strapped. And then the core minders are in a hard plastic that pushes to the inside, so we're not pinching them in the doors as we're shutting them. On this unit as well, along with the 100 series lights, they've opted to go with the photo cell for the day-night mode. For the power ratings on the lights at night versus day, brighter, dimmer. On the exterior of these vehicles, your electrical cabinet is all here with your multiplex system. As you can see, all the doors all the way around are double gasketed to keep water and grime out. And every door, regardless of the size on the unit, is double nader bolted. Multiplex system, which is very easy to use, has a USB-C port that you can remote in with Demers, and they're able to help you with diagnosing, changing things down the road, that type of thing. We also have the VisionPlex app that you can download on your phone and service your vehicle that way and do some troubleshooting as well. In this unit, they elected to have the stair chair holder put on the S2 door due to the way that they run with the jump company. Pardon me. And as you can see in the back here, on the S3, they have two air pack holders on this side for the fire companies and their gear. And they've elected to close off the interior pass-through, which is an option that you can get to reach through if you want. As we come around to the back of the vehicle, you can see we do things a little differently. We have automotive glass on our doors, which is a great benefit down the road. As you can see, it's a little bit smaller interior, but it's still a bigger window than an RV window. It keeps the salt and grime and water from penetrating the window down the road. And what happens with that is when it gets into this, if you've got salt crust on your window, it's going to rot the bottom of your door out. And that hopefully will eliminate that process with the automotive glass. So, one of the other options that we have is the engraved tailboard. There is an option for lighting. This one does not have it. It's just reflective material. And they also have the arrow directional stick at the back end as well. On all the doors on the unit, if you look, you'll see that there's an easy access for your hatches, so that you don't have to take the entire panel off. You can do it this way and service it that way. Much easier to use. As you see here, they also have the third air pack for their jump company. So they've elected to not have the pass-through compartment or the divider in here for the backboards. So they run it this way. Also have flush wheel wells so that we're not having the fenders stick out. We're not tearing them off on anything important. One of the other options that we have on the MXP, you can see the side step is a little bit lower here. Makes it easier to get into. For the elderly, those of us in the fire service that may be getting a little older, much easier step to hop in. They also elected to have the ion lights put into the running board along the rub rails on this unit. You get the automotive glass on the side door as well, on the side entry. And this is a opening window on this option. They also have an option where it's just a panel of glass. As you can see again, all doors double sealed, hurricaned. This is your ALS compartment access door with your battery compartment. It has separate batteries on the module from the chassis, so that if the module were to die, you're still able to start the chassis and utilize the vehicle, which will start charging the batteries once you start the vehicle. So now we're on the interior of the MXP170. On the interior here, as you can see, all the cabinetry in the entire unit in the back is made out of aluminum. There's no press boards, there's no plywoods and or laminates in the cabinetry. The only plywood would be on the deck of the ambulance for the floor, and it's a marine grade plywood. Comes standard with the universal mounting plate for any loading system and or cot system. The upper cabinets, as you can see here, all come with a flip lock on the door so that we're not sliding open and having items fall out on us as we're going down the road. And then all cabinets are set up for restocking as well for easy access. Interior lighting, LED is completely standard. On these, you can see on the seats here, in the CPR seat has the new 4-point belt harness system. You are able to put that on and move around freely. It keeps your paramedic restrained. Glove box option above the CPR seat. HVAC is down here, kind of different for us. Your heating comes out along the entire baseboard on the street side, which is kind of universal. As a paramedic myself, I can tell you that sitting here and having the back of your head roasted off is absolutely the worst. The idea is that you're heating your compartment evenly and keeping your patient comfortable. Air conditioning comes out along the top, front to back. In the corner, they do have an option on this unit. As you can see, the camera there for crew safety. Keep an eye on your partner. Digital clock on the back wall and the bulkhead. AM/FM radio speakers are standard with the volume control in the action area, which is kind of nice. They elected to have an additional touchscreen put in on the curbside for access to lighting. If you look in the action area here, you have your light controls for your entire unit and the module in the back. You can turn on your cabinet lights. You can turn on your action area light in here. Over here, there's some timers that you can use. And then you have your O2 system, and it'll gauge what you have left in your O2 tank. The nice thing is your main controls for your lighting are also on a switch, along with your suction and your exhaust fan. They've elected to add a cabinet to the end of the squad bench, as opposed to just having a full squad bench. You can see all the drawers here are full aluminum construction with acorn nut and screws. And they've elected to have a waste can put down here so that for their trash. There's an option that you can do a sharps container and or a small sharps and waste container as well. Under bench seating and storage, quite a bit of real estate under there for your RTF gear, splints, that type of thing. And then at the bulkhead here, if you look back here, because we don't have the wiring, electrical systems, and the HVAC up here, it leaves more room for extra storage cabinets that can be added in on the bulkhead wall. Up here is your radio communication area for the radio geeks in the world. Up here is where you can put your RF decks. It comes pre-wired with battery and ignition power locations, and then your antennas will be wired up in there with your access for your roof through your lights for your mounting of your antennas. A couple different options on this cabinet as well. They like to go with cargo nets versus doors. They come locking, and as you can see, any cabinet door of this size, or if it's a normal like pass-through door or anything here, fully extruded aluminum frame, piano hinged, not just plexiglass on a door. So here we are in the cab of the MXP170. We'll start out up here with our monitor screen that is attached to the camera that we mentioned before in the back, so you can keep an eye on your partner. When you put the vehicle in reverse, it'll automatically switch that to the reverse camera for you without having to toggle through the screens. Down here on the console, we have our touch screen, and as you can see here, it shows your vehicle, what doors are open, and when you turn on your emergency lights, it'll let you know that your lights are on as well. This screen here is for controlling your scene lights, your amber lights in the back, and then over here, they still have the switches for your primary emergency functions, air horn, siren, for the rumbler system that they have. And then here, your emergency lights are on a switch as well. And when you turn them on, you can see here, it'll show you that the lights are on. This vehicle has the key removal system for anti-theft. Turn your key, pull it out. Same thing when you put it back in. That way you can leave the vehicle unattended, not worry about it being stolen. They have the control head here for their arrow stick. And then in the center console, there's different options you can do. Map pins, glove box holders, It just depends on how you want to lay it out, but there's spaces for your radios as well. In the back here, you can see that they have a handheld spotlight that they elected to do. And then up here, they've added a couple USB ports for charging phones and a tablet device that they'll be adding. There's another one on the side here, and then they also added the map light as well. Underneath the hood here, we have the air compressor system for the air conditioning. The compressor's under the hood here by the motor, and then on the top, you can see the external condenser that they have on the roof mount. And then they also have an option for one on the front as well, which actually you can see on the unit next to us is the front mount. And thank you very much. Appreciate your time.